Okay, are we live now?
Oh, we are hypothetically live.
We're live. We're live.
We are calling this live.
Yeah, we're calling this we're a live. That is important.
Yes.
Yeah. Um I'm Sandy.
I am Chloe.
Right. um
um, just so everybody knows, I have no idea how long I'm going to be here for because just as we were about to go live, we plan on doing this show at like the normal time. I was already late just to get here. And then we ended up talking for an hour about the disaster that is my life right now. And then Sandy went to get a drink of water, and that took like 3 hours.
For 3 hours. I'm so sorry. At least like 30 minutes, maybe 15.
It was an impressive amount of time. It was solidly like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
To get a cup of water.
Because there were detours. Because I had to have detours with like conversations and such. And that happened. Yeah. Anyways, but we're here now.
And then the moment that Sandy sat back down and we were like, okay, we're ready to go.
We're ready. Yeah.
My power flickers. Incredibly, internet kept going. Computer stayed alive. It did a little bounce, but it did not shut down. Everything was chaos in front of me, though. For a moment, it was like, in the movies where they are trying to demonstrate hacking in a visual way, but actually hacking is not a visual thing at all. So, like, you've got all these, like, monitors flickering all around. That's what it looked like. It looked like I was in. We're back. Hopefully the power stays.
It's been a stressful time.
It's been a time.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what you're working on today, Chloe?
Yes.
You do. Good.
Yes. Dumb. Like, my plan is dumb. So I have actually done. I have one anthology that is coming out of my stories from Medium. This anthology is the sci-fi stuff. And then I also have on pre-order some of the contemporary stuff now, even though I haven't gotten those all edited and worked out yet. But like they're, I've got time. The stories are already written. I just need to do like the edit and all of that on it. But so I was like, I don't know. I was just like having dumb thoughts of like shit I shouldn't do. And I was like, oh, I should write. So like the book that's coming out again is anthology. It is 4 short stories of alien sci-fi erotica. And I was like, maybe I should also do some slightly longer ones. Because like the market for erotica, I have no idea with alien stuff at all. But with erotica in general, like I feel like the money spot is kind of that like $7 to $10K on a single story. So
really interesting.
Yeah, it's real weird. Like that's kind of a problem that I have been having because these stories that I have are short stories.
Yeah.
But when you say short story in this market, that's not what people think it's going to be. Hey, Courtney, thanks for joining.
Hi, Courtney.
So I'm like putting these into sets of like 4 or 5 to get them to that like 7 to 10 range. And hopefully
got it.
That will work out. But I was like, let me go ahead and write, a couple that are a little bit longer so that I can have like within this brand whole stories as well. And because I am who I am, I went with the sci-fi instead of the contemporary. I should have gone with the contemporary. I wouldn't be in this mess now if I went with the contemporary. Because like right now, I've got a story that's 7,000 words and like I'm still at the beginning of it.
Of course you are. Yes. Because when you say 7,000 words, then suddenly you're in your mind, you say, that's a lot of words.
Yeah, this is like a whole ass plot now.
Yeah, like I can come up with a complex plot. There can be like plot points And then the next thing you know, you've written a novel. Or at least that's what happens to Chloe, you guys. This doesn't actually happen to me, but like
this is absolutely what happens to me. The problem is that like I meant this to be, again, part of the erotica line as opposed to the romance line. And so it's just going to end up being this really awkward thing that starts out with like, a pretty brisk erotic scene, to say things as gently as possible.
So there's like some insta sex that goes on, huh?
Yeah. Because like, so the thing with my erotica for the sci-fi stuff, like so I have this like whole gigantic world built, right? Like for both the sci-fi and for the romance and the erotica, where it's the same world, it's just different settings for it. God damn it. So, so all of the erotica is taking place. It's not going to work. I'm blaming the storm. This is all the storm. Oh, there it is. Of course. I just had to say it's going to fail. Your failure. But yeah, so all of my erotica takes place on the brothel planet. So they're all prostitutes. So like this story, basically what the premise behind it is, and just like, we all got to be real comfortable with real weird shit real quick right here. The premise of it is that like this one alien, and like everything is totally consensual. Everybody knows exactly what's going to happen here. There's absolutely no question. Everybody is fully in power. They sign up to do this because they know that they could potentially get a whole bunch of money for it. But basically, it is this alien species where their whole sex drive is basically dominating what somebody else has already claimed. So the girls basically go through like tiers where the first round, all the guys from the first round pick a girl, and then like the next round is going to be less guys, and then less guys, and then less guys. And the farther you get in it, the more money you get. But unfortunately, if the final guy picks you, you have to like go be on their ship for the next year to like babies. So that's how the story starts.
Okay, I'm just going to say that sounds like a full novel. Also, it sounds really interesting.
So that was the first 5,000 words.
Yeah, that's not.
It was really like making all of that clinical, except for like the second to last round. And this whole comparison to her grandmother. You remember the show Press Your Luck? The big bucks, big bucks, no whammy.
Yeah, like very vaguely.
That's fine because it was from like the 70s and 80s. But like this girl knows this show from her grandmother. And so like she is comparing the whole thing. She's like, I'm going to get the big bucks. I'm getting the big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. I just can't get the whammy. And of course she gets the whammy, is the one who is stuck doing this year-long voyage with them.
So does that person not get big bucks?
She gets absolutely astronomical bucks, but she's also their property for a year. Whereas like everybody else, like the people who got to the final round all get big bucks, but like get to go home that night. Yeah. But so like we go through all of this. Obviously I gloss over a couple of the layers. This was also the like, what am I working on today? And it turned into this whole
This sounds very YA, honestly. Like I feel like you're talking about the selection, perhaps.
That's fair. Like, that's totally fair.
And I think it's gonna have some appeal. I actually think you should make this like a whole thing.
But like, so it's the second to final one who is the like second in command, the Riker, if you speak Star Trek, that she has like a moment with. So so there's actually, again, like this shouldn't have been plot. There should not have been plots. This should have not gone down this road. But of course, it's going to be a romance between those two, even though she's technically property of the one who's in charge now.
Oh, whose baby is it going to be?
Oh, it's going to be number two's baby. Absolutely.
Are they going to get to keep it? I'm going to have to read this. Don't tell me.
I mean, they. Okay.
We're going to have a happily ever after, right?
Yes, that will 100% be a happily ever after.
Awesome. This sounds really good. I think that we should write so that you can.
Absolutely should. What are you working on, though, really quick?
I have no idea. I'm going to open my computer and see. Let's do a 15, maybe.
I have stolen all thoughts.
It's fine.
And so, Courtney, about it being challenging to write. So what this really is that, like, I am designing a bunch of aliens with weird genitals. That was like what I thought alien romance was going to be when I got into it, was like, you know, space opera fun, but with like weird and crazy junk. And that's not really what it turned out to be. So, like, this whole thing, my space brothel, is just me experimenting with strange junk.
Which also sounds challenging, right? All right, seriously, we got to go right. We got to be productive.
Yeah. Okay, I found 15 minutes. I'm putting 15 minutes on the clock. I will get the clock up in just a second. But 15 minutes on the clock. We'll be back at 9:24.
Okay.
Okay, we are back. Did you figure out what you are working on, Sandy?
No, I barely even got my computer open. I need to clear my stupid floor so I can think. I know that sounds crazy, like and massively excusey, and which it is. I've been cleaning like all day, and this is the last bit of the project. So
my life has been spiraling out of control. So like any weird thing can just destroy an entire day for me, including like a gross floor. So I get it.
Yeah, well, it's not gross, but it's like I was finishing up a photo project, and I shouldn't finish the rest of it. I should like let the rest of it go.
Yeah.
But that is easier said than done. And we'll see. We'll see what I manage.
Yeah. I'm like paralyzed on the sandwiching step of a quilt right now. So like it's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
Also, Laura and Diana both joined us during that sprint. Thank you. We will do, I don't know how many sprints Sandy has in her, but I can do a few more.
I can do let's say at least 2 more.
Okay.
Assuming that I get done a few organizational things. I was cleaning my attic today, you guys. That's what I did earlier, which is like a really big bad project, yeah. So that's where I've been today.
I actually have no idea what my attic looks like.
So my attic is like the imprint of my entire house. Like it's one of those. So it's huge actually, and it's unfinished. So it just like accumulates trash basically. And
ours, I have no idea the size of ours. We've got like, it doesn't have a ladder that goes to it, so we have to bring a ladder into the house. And I've never actually seen Ken walk into it. He only goes up to the top of the ladder and organizes things from there. So I don't know what the deal is with it. If it's like mostly crawl space or what. But like anything that is stored up there, because it's where like Christmas stuff and stuff like that goes. Everything that we keep up there though is accessible if he just stands at the top of the ladder and grabs it.
Oh, so it's a small attic.
Well, right, or it's not used. I don't know.
Yeah. So like we could finish ours, and it would be like a whole third story, which makes it like massive. It probably, there's like a carpeted staircase that goes up to it.
Gotcha.
So as if somebody was like, we could finish this, but we're not going to.
Yeah. So yours is basically a basement above your house.
Yes, an extremely hot, like poorly temperature controlled basement where you have to go up the stairs instead of downstairs. And you're going up into a fiery inferno of junk instead of down into a cold pit of junk. Yeah, that's essentially it. But it's been good. I have my in-laws here this week, and they're basically babysitting for me, like while I clean. They have no
How is your leg doing now?
How's my leg? Like surprisingly well. I had my post-op earlier in the week, my like second post-op, and the doctor says the ACL is like doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that like I'm cleared to do most things except for running and jumping.
Nice.
For at least a few months, and then and I'm still doing PT once a week. My quads are going to be so toned, it'll be insane. We'll have the most tone. They like hurt all day today, so I haven't actually done the PT exercises today because they just hurt. But I'm obviously getting upstairs, and I can kind of go downstairs slower, but it's okay. I hurt, but it's okay.
Meanwhile, I'm over here thinking, how bold of you to assume that I ever run or jump.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So like, I'm also not like a runner, but the doctor keeps saying stuff to me like, you just need to wait like 5 or 6 months before you can run, as if like this is going to happen. And then the physical therapist
saying like, you need to run.
Yeah. So like 2 weeks ago, the physical therapist was like, all right, now in a couple of weeks, we're going to start lunges. And I'm thinking to myself, I couldn't do lunges before.
Hey.
Talking about, we totally did lunges this week. Yeah. I could do them. I can lunge. I can do lunges. It was a big surprise.
$6 million man. Like, what is happening here?
I know.
Better, stronger.
I mean, honestly, I'm a real believer in PT. I think it's the only kind of exercise that people go to where like your goal isn't some kind of like diet culture weight loss. It's like actual wellness. It's not like wellness converted to non-body positivity stuff, but like truly like you need to be capable of using your knee wellness. So nobody cares about what you look like. They care if you can do wall squats. So it's
right.
I mean, it's amazing.
This is your chance to do wall squats.
This is my wall squats are terrible, but it's my chance to like have, and even more importantly, it's a chance to have somebody who like specializes in how muscles work, kind of like look at me and go, okay, you're not capable of this, but you might be capable of it if you start with this very tiny exercise and do it for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a whole thing. I don't know what I'm going to work on today. I don't even know if I'll get to it in the next sprint. I hope so. I hope I will. If I'm focused, I can do it. Trouble is, my project left is pictures, and they're pictures of my baby. There is nothing like more time sucking than pictures of your own children. Like you think you know what procrastination is, but you don't until you've printed like 99 pictures of your child.
There are services for that.
What services? Services of what? Services to scrapbook for you?
To print up all of those pictures of your baby.
Oh, I had them printed by CVS.
Oh, now you did go through a service. Okay.
This isn't me printing them. This is me looking at them and deciding where they should go. That is
right. So I feel like I have told you my theory on scrapbooking before.
Mostly, I'm super anti-scrapbooking. I think you should live and not just scrapbook. But like,
yes,
I haven't done it in like 3 months, and so I felt like I maybe should catch up. And I didn't want to be one of those moms who had like 0 pictures of their children, which is what I was.
Fair.
Yeah.
I have a baby book that only has 3 pages filled out. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if when I picked the baby book, so somebody got me a baby book that was like 50. No, it's a massive amount of pages. It's got lines for everything. Mm-hmm. And then I went on Amazon and picked my own baby book out. It has like a page per month. 1 page. Perfect. With room for like 1 picture and maybe like a couple little small ones if you're willing to glue them on. And then like like once he hits like 12 months, then it's like 1 page per year until he's like 5. And then there's like a back page of stuff like first smile, but there's only like it's not everything. It's not like first word, first trip to dentist, first I don't know, first time on potty, first diaper change.
Yes.
First, like it's first smile, first crawl, like easy stuff. So I can actually do it. And I think I'm actually going to really like that damn book. Okay, let's write our actual books. Let's go write actual books.
Are you going to write an actual book?
We'll see. I hope
so. Do we want to bump this up to 20 or do you want to do another 15?
Let's do 20.
Okay. So, ooh. I haven't gotten Hourglass. Like this app that I use does not exist anywhere anymore. So I have to transfer it from my laptop to my computer every time.
Oh.
I have to find it on my laptop before I do that. I probably should just like put it in Google Drive or something. But But yeah, so I have to get this back on the computer. Anyways, 20 minutes on the clock. It is 9:34, so we will be back at 9:54. Okay. We are back. I am back. Sandy is almost here, Sandy.
Back.
How's your floor?
My projects are finished.
Ooh.
Yeah, my floor is clean.
Nice.
I actually opened up my laptop and wrote like 3 words.
What were the 3 words? What are you writing? What are you doing?
Remember that fan fiction thing that I was working on? Yeah. I'm at like the very, very, very last chapter.
Nice.
I feel a need to like complete it, you know? Like I really need to get that damn thing done.
How long is it?
I ate the rest of my chocolate covered espresso beans.
Right before bedtime, but okay.
Well, how else am I going to stay awake to do another sprint and then also feed the baby?
I'm one of those people that if I have like heavy caffeine, I'll say, like I can have my little 8-ounce little tiny can of cherry Coke and I'm fine. Or I can have like a green tea and I'm fine. But if I have coffee or even if I have a black tea after like 5 o'clock at night, I'm screwed.
And I am just thinking to myself, God, I need to go on Amazon and order more chocolate covered espresso beans.
I do love chocolate covered espresso beans. Don't get me wrong. I just wouldn't be eating them at this hour.
Yeah. No, this, it's a delicious, delicious thing. Huh. How did you do?
I'm doing that thing where like I'm stupidly clicking on buttons on my computer as we talk. Ron Jeremy just got 30 more counts of sexual assault, which I'm still just like, I know logically it makes sense, but I'm still like, you're a porn star. Like, what? How do you get sexual assault charges where your job is literally to have sex with people? Yeah, and like I'm sure it's just like him like doing bullshit off screen, but like I still have those thoughts. Anyways, also, did you see? You're not a Buffy person, but
well, I was at some point, but I'm probably not as much as like some other people are.
So, are you aware that Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander, has had some scuffles with the law?
I am. I always feel very disappointed in Xander for that.
Did you see that mugshot?
Which one?
Oh, no, it just happened again. And I would never, if it hadn't said his name on it, I never would have known that was him.
Oh my God.
Because he looks like some crazy backwoods meth head now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I guess aging hasn't treated him well.
No, and I don't remember his ears or his nose being that big before. I guess he did always kind of have big ears, but it's just, he looks so much crazier now.
Wait, okay, so this guy, this is Nicholas Brendan, but that's a stage name?
That is his first and middle name.
Apparently his actual name is Schultz.
Yes, Nicholas Brendan Schultz is his actual name.
Wow, Nick Schultz
but
is a
also,
loser.
I don't know how much you're reading, but he also like apparently gave the cops 2 different names before he gave them his actual name. Like he was carrying prescriptions for 2 other people and also the ID of another person.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Wouldn't you have thought that this guy would have been paid well for being in Buffy? Like
that show had a really long run.
Yeah, what happened?
And I know that I'm pretty sure he did the same thing that James Marsters did, where they basically went on to do voice acting more than actual screen. Like James Marsters hasn't been on a screen for years now.
That's amazing.
But they still do like all kinds of audio stuff. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, meth, it looks like. It looks like meth happened to him.
Wow. Okay, wait. So now I'm looking up Spike. I loved Spike so much.
I loved him too.
So what's he been doing recently? DuckTales.
Yeah, voice acting.
Dragon Ball.
Voice acting, yes. Oh, yeah, he's like a major character on Dragon Ball.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball. I just know that the character is a major one.
Apparently, he's Zamasu. Is this a thing? Does anybody know who this is? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. He's a person. Yeah. No, I don't see any. I wonder why he stopped completely acting. Like, why isn't he?
I don't know, because I feel like he might just not have been able to really get gigs after Buffy. Because like the only thing that I saw him in afterward was like a bit role. Yes. Golden Head, yes, that is Xander. What the fuck? It's not.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm very confused. I don't understand. Nicholas Brendan, what happened to you?
Yeah, so James Marsters, I only ever remember seeing him literally play the camera guy for Lisa Loeb, who was a reporter in some random horror movie, like right after Buffy ended. It was like a 5-minute role, and he's literally just holding a camera. And I can't even remember what the movie was. But like, yeah, so he just decided to go into voice acting. I don't know. I feel like for him, probably part of it was, he's not British. So he had to like play that accent the entire time. And I feel like when that's like your first role and it's such like a long running role, it kind of messes you up a little bit. Because it's just weird to hear him without that accent.
Wait, that's right. He has an American accent, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's American. And it's funny. I don't know if you were aware of this, but he modeled his accent after Anthony Stewart Head's actual accent. Because
I don't know who Anthony Stewart Head is. What is he?
Giles.
No,
that's not. Yeah. So that's not Giles' actual accent. Like that's not Anthony Stewart Head's actual accent that he uses for Giles. So that's right. Diana's right. James Marsters is also in a band. But yeah, so the accent that James Marsters uses for Spike is much closer to what Anthony Stewart Head's actual accent is. He was just playing a stuffy character, so he affected that stuffy British accent when actually he has that lower class British accent. Okay. I don't know the actual terms for the accents. I realize that there are like location terms and stuff for them, but I don't know what they are. I just know that that's the case. Like Anthony Stewart Head basically taught James Marsters to talk like Anthony Stewart Head.
Okay, so now I'm looking up all the Buffy stars to see how well they aged. I feel like Angel aged exceptionally well.
Yeah, because he's still acting a lot.
Yeah, Willow is obviously just incredible.
Yeah, she's still acting a lot and hot as ever.
Allison, Willow,
Allison Hannigan.
Allison Hannigan is amazing. What has she been in recently, though?
She was in How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, but that ended like years ago now.
Was it years ago now?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I don't know. With a show like that, when you go from Buffy to How I Met Your Mother, you're just kind of a thing from that point on. That you can, there's a good chunk of time where you can just like be yourself talking in places and do fine for a while.
I guess that's probably true because she also did the American Pie movies, right? So.
Oh yeah, she was in those.
She doesn't really need.
But yeah, she's still like a social presence, definitely. And Sarah Michelle Gellar, I believe, is directing now. She still looks great. She just got out of acting for a while. But
I'm sure Sarah Michelle Gellar will look great her entire life.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't she married to that? She's married to some adorable Freddie Prince?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Allison Hannigan is married to Alexis Denigloff from Buffy as well.
Wait. Who's this?
He was, oh God, what was his name? He was in both shows. He was.
I know. Wesley,
yes. He played Wesley.
Oh, really? That's super cute that they're married.
Yes. And Julie Benz is still doing a bunch of acting. You still see her all over the place.
Who is Julie Benz?
Darla.
I remember Darla.
The vampire that made Angel.
You were a big Buffy fan.
I was, yeah. Yeah, I know like everything.
Well, so again, so I just feel very sad about Nicholas Brendon.
And it's crazy it was 20 years ago. And yeah, those royalties only get you so far anymore. And
those
drugs ruin everybody. I mean, look what happened. Obviously, he made that comeback. But remember when we thought, why am I blanking on his name? Iron Man.
Not Tony Stark. Tony Stark, not Tony Stark. I'm sorry.
Tony Stark is Iron Man. The actor.
Robert Downey
Jr. Yeah, remember when his career was over because of his cocaine addiction?
No.
And then he managed to clean himself up and get his shit back together and be Iron Man, and he's great now. But he was toast for ages. So, and I mean, anybody can get wrapped up in drugs.
I just feel so sad.
We should write though.
Yeah, let's do one more. Let's do one more.
And Devin, Buffy, I don't think aged well at this point. It's just not. It's one of those shows that it's just not the type of shows that people watch anymore. So I feel like if you try to watch it now, it just isn't going to have the same effect to it. Just because it's just not the type of show that it's not how shows are done anymore.
And also there's the whole. Well, I just remember the whole we can't talk. Let's write because I was about to get into Buffy and her whole angel no sex thing and
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's 7 past. We'll see you guys at 27 past.
All right, guys. Well, Chloe is finishing up probably a last sentence or so. I am totally going to continue Googling Buffy characters.
Yes, I was just getting that. It was kind of a critical thought. So yeah, I don't know if you saw that article that Golden Hand just posted. It was insane. It had nothing to do with this current issue, and yet it was still somehow insane. And thankfully, I feel like he is the only major actor from Buffy who has had such a tragic continuing on.
He has had a tragic continuing on. I mean,
like most of them, I saw Amy Acker, who was one of the main actors from Angel. I saw her not that long ago. A bunch of them. She was in I've been on a Christmas romance movie kick. So I saw her in one of those. Oh, she was the one who was from that podunk little town of Marietta.
Okay.
Charisma Carpenter, she's done a bunch of made-for-TV movies. So she's still floating around. I see her constantly. Who else is there?
I'm so bad at actor names. I have to look up the actual characters.
Right.
And then find out what it is that they're doing.
Golden Hand mentioned Eliza Dushku. She hasn't done anything for a while, but she had 3. I mean, she was like the front runner of 3 shows back to back. So she hasn't really done anything this decade, but she's done it. She had a good run there. Yeah, Devin, I love Hallmark movies, especially things have not been going great for me, and my answer to that every single time is Christmas romance. It's always the dumbest stuff. I would like Netflix to have just a limited run series that's 25 micro states with royal families duking it out over who has the most Christmas spirit, and pairing a royal with a foreign artist, and half the people there are not who they say they are, but you have no idea if it's the artist who's lying or the royal who's lying, or if it's both of them. And then there's going to be 12 evil royalties, but really there's only one evil royalty because the other 11 will get their redemption arc.
I don't know where you're going with this, but Hallmark
I just feel like that's the most Christmas romance that you could make. Yeah. Just make up all of these, but it cracks me up because they just have, you can dig around. I probably saw 6 different fake made up little tiny countries this past week in my binging of these.
I mean, there are a lot of places where you can become a prince in a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And including fantasy places in the North Pole and you can really.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess when you point that out, I guess I saw oh gosh, what is her name? You had mentioned her and it was the wrong reference. Vanessa Hudgens.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her end up with 2 different. Well, no, one was a knight, so I guess he's not technically royal.
Yeah, but I saw that one too. I've seen both of hers, and
she's got 4 of them because A Christmas Prince ended up being 3 movies. Oh no, only 2 movies. Sorry,
isn't it? I think it might be 3.
No, it's the other one with the switch. The princess switch is hers. There's the Christmas Prince, I think it is, which is somebody else, and that one has like the wedding and then the baby.
And then the baby.
That's
yes.
the 3. For the Switch one, it's just the initial one with the baker and the princess. And then the second one with the baker and the princess and the evil cousin.
Yeah, the third.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Yeah, but isn't it her? Isn't it Vanessa Hudgens playing all 3?
Yeah, it's her again. But like, I feel like she just looked at Lady Gaga and was like, "You're going to be a villain."
I think she kind of did. I feel a little sad for her in some ways that she's like been reduced to playing the Christmas Hallmark character. But also, I will say, I think that's like a really perfect role for her.
Like, was she ever not in that though? Because like she got her fame from High School Musical, which was not supposed to be a major movie. Also, I feel like we're done with sprints now, right? Like I can do another sprint, but I think you said that you wanted to call it.
So I have to feed the baby before I go to bed. And he was stirring a little tiny bit, but he's like dead out right now. So I could maybe do like another 10-minute one if anybody wants to.
We're gonna do another sprint. I didn't want like everybody to be like hearing our critiques of Christmas movies.
Let's do the sprint though. Let's
do a sprint.
And it is a possibility that he'll start to cry and I will have to like jet you guys. So if I have to go, thank you for being with us.
But hopefully we're just going to get another 10-minute sprint in here.
Yeah.
Okay. 10 minutes on the clock. We'll see you guys at 44 past. Okay, that was time. How'd you do, Sandy?
Not bad. I might actually manage to finish that story tonight. We'll see.
Nice.
I'm probably going to go down and get that bottle, maybe like clean up and wait for the baby, and then write some more.
Awesome.
I think we should consider doing like a little later. Like maybe we should do like an 8:30 or I don't know. I feel like I'm late a lot, and our crowd here, seems to be a late night crowd. So I don't know, guys. Maybe we should have late night Wednesdays.
So we will have to see what happens with my employment situation.
Fair enough.
Because if I do end up going back to Publix at 6:00 in the morning.
And then we're going to have to think about what we're doing on Mondays.
Right. So yeah, but we can always, I don't know what things are like for you, but we can always make like the evening thing a bouncing thing. And just like whatever weekday night is going to be my day off the next day, have an evening sprint.
Perhaps we will do that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, my schedule's all bouncy right now, generally.
Yeah. But like if we want to aim for like, I guess 9 to 11, what time does the baby usually get up?
This is a baby.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
So he should be like hungry around 11, but I'll dream feed him, meaning like I'll sort of like grab his little sleeping body from the crib, and I'll take him out. I'll feed him. He'll be asleep. He'll be going like that.
But not actually awake.
No, not actually awake, just like drinking, but asleep. And then I'll put him back into the crib. It'll be like 11:30. And then I'll look at the clock and wonder if I'm going to have to wake up at 2 a.m. and do it again. And wonder if like 5 a.m. is going to be a whole thing. This is hence the chocolate covered espresso beans. Like sleep doesn't exist for me right now. What's that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can do an all-nighter, you guys, but I do think that like there could be evenings.
We could do some later ones. Yeah.
We could do some later ones. Yeah. But so maybe we should plan for it.
Yeah. Maybe next week we go ahead and plan on 8:30 and just like stop lying to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We could do 8:30, and we could like while I go get the baby, I could be like, oh, like everybody stop everything except I'm only talking about me. All of you go right.
I'm gonna feed a baby.
It could be like a 30-minute, like so all of you can get like 1,000 word. What is that? A 1K 30-minute? A 30-minute 1K?
Yes.
Will I dream feed my sleeping child? Yeah, and then I'll come back and we'll chat. Yeah. And there will have been so much coffee at that point.
We'll make it work. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is it for us tonight, though.
For tonight, that's it.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm totally down for next week being 8:30 instead of 8, since 8 has not been working well for us. I also like the baby's now here 4 nights a week.
Oh, so you got a baby there too 4 nights a week. Are you sleeping?
What?
Are you sleeping?
Oh yeah. I'm on literally the opposite side of the house. So I don't hear anything. But yeah, so that also like kind of screws up everything with our time at this house as well. So yeah, we will go ahead and say that next Wednesday we're going to start at 8:30 instead of 8 or 9 as it was today. And I have absolutely no scheduled anything happening for myself, but tomorrow morning on my Twitch channel, that is Chloe Alice Balkin over on Twitch, tomorrow morning at, I believe, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Haley Spence and I are going to be doing our Game and Write, where we do 20-minute sprints and then about 10-minute runs on Don't Starve Together. So during our breaks, we're just going to be playing a video game, and that is going to start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. That is everything we have scheduled. So I believe that is everything. If you want to check out my Alien Smut, it comes out, I think, tomorrow. Maybe. Okay. No, I think I have it scheduled for Saturday. This is terrible that I don't even know when my book comes out. But I do have a book coming out, I believe, on the 28th. That is 4 Alien Smut pieces. They are short and sweet and dirty. So that's what's going on with me. But yeah, you guys all have a great night, and thank you for joining us. And we will see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.